I wanted to study human anatomy a bit more, and so I thought I'd go a kind of classical route of using an old painting or sculpture or something. So I decided to use the painting of the creation of Adam by Michaelangelo on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, where God is sort of passing the spark over to Adam. So I decided to draw it in my sketchbook rather than tracing it, just to try out some drawing for a change. Then I used some carbon paper to layer it onto some lime wood. After that I could use my knife, like I am here, and just guiding it along the lines. I'm trying to go a little bit further away than the actual pencil lines, because those pencil lines is the actual edge of where the carving is, so I'm trying to go a little bit beyond that just to make sure that I don't take away too much material when it comes to this stage, which is hogging out all the waste. Now I could have put this on my big carving stand that I've got, but for a couple of reasons I chose to do it like this. First of all, I was generously given a lamp to review by BenQ. I don't normally do that kind of thing, but I needed a lamp, and this one looked pretty decent, and they allowed me to have it in exchange for a review, just to let you know. And it's going to be an honest review. I haven't used it too much yet, but I'll let you know what I think about it. So I'm using various different chisels here to clear the waste away, mostly is what I was doing, and now we're coming down to the details like the nail. The other reason that I decided to do this without the carving stand was almost just to prove that you don't really need a carving stand if you want to do carving like this. There are ways to just hold it down on a table and do it, right? So, especially with this pulling towards myself stroke I did at the beginning, obviously you have to get used to doing it like this kind of thing to make sure you don't pull it too far, but the way my hand is positioned against the wood there means that I won't pull the chisel too far, because I'm just twisting my hand rather than pulling my whole arm towards myself. So once I cleared away all the stuff from the outside, I then got the fingers to the right levels, which was really tricky actually to start with, but I soon figured it out and got it to a place where I was pretty comfortable with how it looked. Now I'm just clearing away lots of the stuff from the outside of the arm, just to give it that kind of curve, and I wanted it to look as close to the painting as I could, really, but also retaining some kind of my own sort of input, you know. And I'm just clearing away the corners, chamfering them with a chisel, which is very satisfying. And then here I'm using the technique that you've seen me use before, which is mineral spirits and polyurethane mixed 50-50. Then I did about 2 coats, I think, on this, and then we're going to use some oil paint on it later, just to stain it, just to bring out some more definition, bring out the lines and the carving and all the different pieces I've done on there. But we just wait for this to dry, and then we add the oil paint. It will be thinned down oil paint. So, as I said, I was contacted by BenQ to review this lamp. I said to them, if I review it, it's going to be an honest review. I'm not just going to do it because I'm getting a free lamp. But they were totally fine with that, so I went ahead with it. I have been offered things before, but this is the first one I've actually taken, just because I needed a lamp, so it kind of came at the right time. The good things about it is a sturdy lamp. It has a nice big heavy base, as you're about to see in here. This is exactly how it comes packaged. I thought the packaging was really good. If you like packaging, then this lamp is good for packaging. So it has this nice big heavy sturdy base, and the lamp is big. I guess that would be one point I had against it. For my particular work area, it's a little bit big, but it's good because it covers a lot of area. The light is very bright and it has lots of different adjustments to it. It comes with a couple of different plugs, so you have the UK plug in there, which I'm going to put on there, or rather it's a plug with some adapters. Then there's a couple of European ones in there as well, I think. The flex, the cable, I thought was really good. It feels very nice and expensive. Another thing that I don't like about it is the price. Luckily I got it for free, but the price when I was given it about a month ago was £180, which for me is more than I would spend on a lamp at this current stage in my life. So, but if you were to buy a lamp for that and you pick this one, I think you would be pretty happy with it. So it has these different settings. You turn it off and on by tapping the little metal ring there. And you hold your finger down to change it to two different modes. I think one is a reading mode and one is a mode for looking at tablets and devices. And they adjust the light level depending on the ambient light that's in the room. This is the thing I really like about it, this twisty little dial here. You can twist it and change the temperature of the lamp, so you can go from a bright sort of yellowy warm to a cold blue kind of light. And then if you click the button down, you can change the amount of dimming or brightness that happens. So there's going from cool to warm. And now if I click it again on the cool setting, you can see I'm going dim and then going bright. That setting I found really good. So, this is what I did for the next part of the carving. I just whipped up some oil paint, which I think I used brown and grey together. And I put some mineral spirit in there, just to kind of thin it down a little bit. And then, soon after that's been on there for a while, I wipe it off with a cloth, a tissue, or a piece of old t-shirt, or some kind of lint-free cloth or something like that. And sometimes what I do is I'll put this layer on, which is usually a really thin layer, then I'll think about what I need to do, and maybe I'll add another layer of thicker paint, so with less spirit in it. Sometimes I'll put the spirit on and I'll leave it on there for about an hour and then wipe it off so it has time to dry. That tends to leave more of the colour on the piece. But really, I think you should just do it the way you want to do it, and hopefully it will turn out nice for you. This is the end result. I really hope you enjoyed watching that video. Thanks a lot.